Okay guys, thanks for joining my channel again. This is a video on the gold recovery from the pins. So gold plated pins or gold flash pins that I've taken from different computers, and there's different types of pins in there. So it's just all a mixture. Some of them are for mobile phones, so that one's there for mobile phones. Then we have just other ones from computers. So the mobile phone ones I'm keeping separate for a different video that I'll be working on, so we're just putting them separate for the moment. So again, we have more. You can see there the nice gold pins. So in this video, what I'm essentially going to be doing is I'm going to be sorting out the magnetic from the non-magnetic, which has to be done before you move on to the next stages, because to treat them differently, the way you recover the gold from them, so that you're more efficient with your assets and other processes. So some ways. So what all I do is, we say the likes of these pins, this is the way I separate them. So I have my little magnets. So these are just magnetic plates that I use. So I have a big tub and a smaller tub. So all I do is I pour in, let's say, the pins into the big tub. So as you can see, we just have our gold pins in here, and all I do is run the magnet over them, and then just scrape off whatever sticks to the magnet and drop it in. You could put a little plastic bag or a freezer bag, something like that, over the magnet, and that way then it might be easier to remove. So again, it's just like that. So you can see the pins just fall off straight off down into the little jar. So I have two different sizes. So again, I can just go put this one in here if I want it. And you can see just all the little bits. That's all the little magnetic pins will stick to it, and I just run my finger over it. You can get bigger magnets. I have bigger ones for if I wanted to have a bigger magnet I can run over it, but for this I just said I'd use these small ones to show that you don't have to have an awful lot of stuff to do it. So you can see in there is the magnetic ones. So I'll keep going on this until we are just left with anything that doesn't stick to the magnet. So again, I just spread it out, and you can see that it's on the edges mainly is where the magnetic is, on this little plate. It's where the strongest magnets are. So again, I just rub it down along it. So it's going to be the strongest magnet in the world that I have here. There is stronger magnets. I'll show you another magnet I have here now in a second that you can also use. So it's just a matter of running your fingers along, just removing the little pins and dropping them into the... So I also have, you can use these little magnets. We've loads of them. Everyone that is taking apart hard drives will have loads of these magnets, all different sizes. So we can just see there, if I drop that in there into the pins, you can see anything that is magnetic will stick to this, and then it's just a matter of pulling them off and throwing them into there. So again, I can drop that in, just shake it a bit to make sure that it's not holding on to anything that shouldn't, and again just drop the magnets into there, or drop the pins into there that are magnetic. So that's what I do to sort out all my magnetic from non-magnetic for the next process. So I'm going to pause the video there. I'll come back in a few minutes when I've gone through these here, and we'll see is there anything that is non-magnetic at all left, because sometimes when you go through the whole lot, like a little thing, all of them seem to be magnetic, and other times you go through it, you'll have a mixture of non-magnetic and magnetic. But I'm expecting these ones, from what I've taken them, to be all magnetic. So we'll just pause the video there, and I'll come back when I finish these amount. Okay, so I'm coming to the last few bits of this. So what I've done here is just show you what I've done here. I've just taken a cap off one of the jars. I put the magnet on one side and then I just move that over the pins, and again you can see the pins just stick to it, which are magnetic, and I just into the other tub, I just scrape them off into it. So as I thought, as I said before the start of the video, I thought that everything in that would be magnetic. So it's looking that way, that all the pins that were in there were a magnetic type of pin nearly. So maybe just a few left here at the bottom that don't look like they're going to be sticking, but they still are. So it's just a matter of putting the magnet over them. And for the last few, I'll take the magnet out of the actual holder itself, because it'll be a bit stronger that way, and we can see if it lifts these last few pins that are here, or are they non-magnetic. So you can see there again, it's lifted them pins out. So again, they're magnetic, and the last few, it's taking that up, it's taking that. So again, they look like they're magnetic. One or two may not be, but most of them seem to be. They're not. So as you can see, after I've ran the magnet over, we're left with very few pins that weren't magnetic, and there may still possibly be a few of them. So we'll just put the magnet down into the corner, and it doesn't seem to be lifting anything. So what I'll do is I'll just pour them out in my hand in case it's in an awkward spot. So they're the few that don't seem to be magnetic, but we'll just run the magnet over it and see does it take any more of them out. So as you can see, it took them few out, and we'll run it one more time. And nothing is happening. So out of all the pins that was there, I have possibly 6 little pins that aren't magnetic. So I'm just going to double check them with another magnet just in case. They're not sticking to that one either. So we have just a small amount of pins. So as you can see from all the pins we've done, I only end up with a very small. So the proportion to the magnetic to non-magnetic is very high magnetic compared to non-magnetic you will find in most of these when you do them. So that's kind of really it for this video. I'll just keep them ones there separate. I'll put them into a separate jar. So what happens is I sort them all out. So I'll have my magnetic in to be dealt with one way, and then I'll have my non-magnetic then in another jar when I'm done, so that they don't get mixed up on them. So when you're processing them, as you see in the later videos, I will be processing them differently, ways of doing them. So keep an eye out for the videos coming in the future. Don't forget to check out a few of my other videos which I've put up every so often. There you'll see a little video come up. If you're new to my channel, please make sure you subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber, thanks for watching again, really appreciate it. Hopefully in a few weeks time, I hope to be doing maybe a few live little panels or whatever. I know that YouTube have changed the way they do their panels, so there's other ways of doing it. Hopefully I'll do a few little panels on scrap, talking about scrap prices, stuff like that. So if you want to maybe subscribe so we can talk about that and about different methods and different ways of doing things. That is one. So there'll be hopefully other scrappers, and we can help each other out and give advice and maybe show different ways of doing things. So it won't be just about gold recovery, it'll be about scrap in general. I also hope from maybe in a couple of weeks time to be getting more than one video a week out. That's the plan. Hopefully maybe get 2 videos a week, or we'd say instead of 4 a month, maybe get 6 a month. Something like that, that the videos come out a bit more regular on the scrapping. At the moment I'm trying to get 1 a week done. I'm also working maybe on another channel that I'm hope to do about another one of my little passions, as well as gold recovery. I like to travel, I like to see things, so a lot of people, hopefully I might just do a little travel channel about places in Ireland where I'm from, starting off with interesting places like castles, stuff like that. So hopefully that might be something that might interest some people as well. well when I do decide to go ahead with it, if I do decide to go ahead with it. So again, you can see some more stuff stuck there where I missed them on when I was doing it on these magnets. So that's it really for this video. So if you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe, give a like, give a share, and until the next video, keep on scrapping guys, keep looking for that gold, and hopefully we'll soon see a little nugget of gold comparing from all these videos that I'm doing. Eventually we'll get to the stage where we'll have some gold, and we'll see. At the moment gold price is on the rise, so it's beginning to make it more profitable to be doing this sort of thing. That the prices are still rising on gold at the moment. So check out the videos, check out the gold prices around, just see what gold, how gold has increased there lately. And thanks for watching.